What's going on, people? What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your boy, Hollywood T Money, Theron Miguel. Just plain Theron, whatever you want to call me. Back at it, man. Just coming at y'all with another little quick one out of Theron's closet. As you can see, we've moved a little bit more into a more spacious area for this one. Shout out to the Bros Before Elbows. We got a new episode out now on iTunes, Podbean, Cage Side Seats, Facebook. Um, Go check it out. I got a late run in there because I was at work late that night. Got to pay the bills. But yeah, man, it's out, it's up, it's loaded, it's on all those platforms. So go check it out. Go like our stuff. If you shout us out, we'll shout you out. Tweet us, we'll definitely shout you out. The whole nine. Shout out to Anthony and Tommy. Big shout out to Anthony and Tommy, Anthony and his family, Liz and Low Rockman for sending me this new laptop. Well, this laptop that they sent me. Been able to do a lot more creative stuff with it. Still trying to figure it out. Still trying to mess around with it. If anybody sees this and knows ways to create video content besides YouTube Live, let me know because I'm trying to figure it out right now. Got to play around with the microphone and all that stuff. I'm very not tech savvy as much as I used to be, but yeah, man, let's just get on into it. So this is gonna be a sports one today, a little sports vlog. I guess these will just be vlogs. I don't really have a title for them. I don't even know if vlogging is still a thing, but I'm at your throat. On the side note, free designer. I think a lot of people in the music industry, or a lot of fans, sleep on what the ins and outs of the music industry are. Free designer. That's all I'm gonna say. He signed the good music. He wants out of good music. You got freedom, man. Because a lot of times, what happens is these guys sign these deals, and then they make a single and it pops, and then they gotta wait in line or wait their turn, or whatever the case may be, and they get held back, and maybe the person that signed them don't want to be overshadowed. So, free designer, man. But I'm just coming at y'all this week to talk a little bit about the NFL. Big stuff going on this week in sports. So we got the NFL, obviously, week 5. We're well into this. I say we're pretty far into the season now. We're a little over a quarter of the way through, like literally 1 week over, which is crazy to me. It's my favorite time of year. MLB playoffs starting. We got the ALDS, NLDS going on. A couple games going on today. I think one's happening right now. Houston and Tampa's playing right now. Yankees playing later. Go Yankees, baby. And then I think Washington and I forgot who it is. I don't think it's LA, but it might be LA. That game's happening later as well. I don't really follow baseball as much, but I do follow during the Fall Classic. Kind of contradicting myself right now. But yeah, man, so big shout outs to that. Good luck to the Yankees. That's all that matters. I'm going to go through and do some picks, I guess, this week because I don't know what else to talk about. First things first, though, AB, you need to sit your tail down somewhere, man. Like, I'm not trying to take shots at this man, but, I mean, in order for you to have another chance of playing the NFL, you got to get your stuff off the field in order, man. Like, you can't be having depositions and being very non-cooperative, combative, and disheveled and belligerent. Like, what's going on? Like, we all care. We know you got a big following and you think your brand gonna make you some money. But look, if you're not collecting them game checks and them incentive checks and you're losing sponsorships, you're not making no money, man. So like, you gotta wise up, man. You gotta wise up. You're setting a bad example for the youth coming up in this world, man. And that's one thing that I think is crazy is like the youth is seeing these athletes that are creating these conflicts and not being not looking to provide resolutions, not looking to be role models, just looking to be babies. You know what I mean? So hopefully AB gets it all figured out soon. Vontez Burfict, former ASU Sun Devil. Shout out Arizona State, baby. I think we're 3-1 right now. Yeah, you know what I mean? Another big test this weekend. Suspended for the rest of the season for repeated offenses about unnecessary roughness. I agree with the league. I mean, the guy has been doing this since he was in college. Well, since high school, because current NFL quarterback Matt Barkley said he was dirty way back when he played the Centennial, when Matt Barkley was at Magic Day. I saw it as an avid ASU fan throughout his college career. A lot of penalties. I won't say he cost us a lot of games, but he definitely put us in a lot of bad positions due to his just violent style of play. And now it's catching up to him in the NFL. It's cool that his teammates are supportive of him. Coach is supportive as well. I get it. Like, It used to be a much more violent sport, but now with this CTE thing, man, like you just got to learn how to adapt, bro. So hopefully they let him back in the league after this year, I guess, or however they're going to do it. You know, it seems like the Raiders are behind him, so wait to see what happens. But let's get right into these picks. I kind of just decided to do this at the last minute, so I obviously missed Los Angeles and Seattle, but I did call it that Seattle will win this game just because I think that Los Angeles might still be in a lull from that Super Bowl run. You know, Aaron Donald is a tremendous player. Jared Goff is a tremendous player. Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, and Todd Gurley too. Nothing to take nothing away from it, but something seemed to be wrong with Gurley. I don't know what his stat line was last night. The Russian leader was Chris Carson, had 118 yards. Jared Goff actually went for 395, so he led it in passing, and then Garrett Everett had 136 yards receiving. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that Seattle won that game in the final minute or so, picking the ball off. And Los Angeles now has some things to figure out, right? So, you know, we'll see. I don't think they're out of the race at all. They're a great team. They got a great coach in Sean McVay, but they're gonna have to bounce back. They're gonna have to get it right. So I'm looking right here. I'm just going down the line. Wow, there's tickets to the Browns or Bengals Cardinals games are as cheap as $23. It's in Cincy tomorrow or Sunday. So hey, if you ain't got nothing to do and you want to go watch the Bengals, both of these teams don't have a win. So Arizona and Cincinnati, man, Kyler Murray is having a rough go, ain't he? You know, all this hype and him saying, you know, why can't the offense that we used in college work in the NFL? Well, guess what, buddy? It's like I've been saying, everybody fast in the NFL. See, in college, everybody's not as fast as you. So you can run and you can duck and you can win the Heisman. You can do all this. You can flip the ball down the field. But guess what? You don't think when you get to the league, people ain't going to be looking to tear your ass up? Excuse my language. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Cincinnati just because they got home field. I think Kyler continues to struggle. And I don't think that this offense all of a sudden figures it out in Cincy, in the cold, when they used to playing in the desert where it's hot, baby. It's hot. Next on, we got Buffalo at Tennessee. Shout out my man A-Wag, Adam, out there in Arizona, holding it down to my buddy Andy in Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out my Charlotte people, man. For real, definitely miss the Queen City. It's a good place. It's a great city. If you ever have a chance to visit, go check it out. You know, it's a small town, but it's got a big city vibe when you go downtown and all that, or uptown, whatever they call it. It's going to be a tough one. Josh Allen's still in concussion protocol, so I got to give the edge to Tennessee. I know they're kind of an up-and-down team, but they got a physical defense. Marcus Mariota dropped about 3 tugs last week. From what I could recall, Derrick Henry going to run that ball down their throat. I think they'll just wear on that defense till they wear him out, take him out of the game. No discredit to my people, but I just don't know how you win with Matt Barkley. I'm sorry. If Josh Allen's not playing, I don't give y'all a chance to be successful. That's just the way it is. Next up, Chicago versus Oakland. Khalil Mack headed facing his old team for the first time since he got traded away by John Gruden because he wanted more money. Now, that Chicago Bears defense is something special, man. And Oakland is a good team too, but I think that Bears defense is going to hold it down. So I'm picking Chicago to go ahead and take this one. Yeah, definitely. Ain't got to say much more about it. I feel like it's going to be a violent, physical game. I think Khalil Mack going to he's going to have himself a day. He might take this one a little bit more personally. He hasn't seen this team now, and they traded him away. So, you know, case in point. Next up is Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Tampa Bay got a hot hand right now. New Orleans is good, right? Well, New Orleans only scored 13 points against Dallas. Tampa Bay been playing well. Their defense been playing pretty well. They've been putting a lot of points on the board. So I'm going to give the edge to Tampa Bay in this one. I'm going to step out on the limb and say Tampa Bay is going to get the W. It's in New Orleans, but I think Jameis Winston is coming around. Bruce Arians, that offense starting to click, starting to gel. Mike Evans is a problem. So, yeah. You got next up Minnesota versus the Rook, 2-0 Daniel Jones. I don't think Kirk Cousins is as good as advertised. I never thought he was that good, and neither did the Redskins brass, which is why they didn't want to pay him in the first place. So then Minnesota gives him this max deal, or this big deal, big contract, and, you know, he has a good team around him, but you look at this drama kind of off on the side with Stephon Diggs allegedly or unallegedly requesting a trade, but then saying I never requested a trade, but rumors can always be true, which I don't know what that even means, you know. So there's some dysfunction in the ranks there, and that's why I'm gonna say New York will ride the hot hand and win. And if they get Saquon back, and he's anywhere close to healthy, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a long day for Minnesota. I think it'll be a good game, but I'm gonna give it to New York. I think the rookie gonna keep riding that hot hand. Uh, if he can get them a couple wins, and then Golden Tate should be back. I think if it's not this week, it's next week, I believe, because I think he was only suspended 4 games, which is awful. You know, you're trying to procreate and recreate your seed, and apparently you take some fertility drug that is banned in the NFL. It's like, what can they do? You understand? No wonder these guys lash out. Next, we got New York and Philly. I'm not going to get into it. Philly going to get this one going away. Sam Darnold was trying to make a comeback. Best of luck, honestly. Health is serious. You got to take your health seriously. Andrew Luck obviously retired early, because he couldn't do it no more. And I'm not saying Sam Darnold's going to retire, because I don't think he is, but his spleen is still enlarged. A report came out today, so he's not going to be able to play this week, which means Luke Falk will play. And that's why Philly will win this game. I bet you Le'Veon out there like, man, this big money contract ain't getting us no W's. But I don't know if Le'Veon's the type that cares, or if he's kind of like, whatever. I'm getting paid, because they getting smacked around out there on a weekly basis, and that's got to work on the man's psyche. Next up, big match, the match I care the most about in the NFL. My boys, Baltimore Ravens, Purple Bird Gang all day at Pittsburgh. The rivalry continues, baby. Lamar Jackson versus new starter Mason Rudolph. They won on Monday night, right? They looked impressive. The defense looked hungry. The offense looked decent. Rudolph could be the guy waiting in the wings whenever Ben decides to step away. But it ain't gonna happen this week, dog. Have you ever thought I would bet against my Baltimore Ravens? You must have bumped your head hard. Ain't no way I'm betting against Lamar. I think they're gonna figure it out. I know we're 2-2 right now with 500. We're in a similar position last year. We lost like 5 or 6 games in a row, and I think Carolina was the first team to beat us, and then we still find our way into the playoffs. So now we're nowhere near that yet. But you understand what I'm saying? We're coming for you, Pittsburgh. And this ain't even a bias. This is me saying we have more talent to beat you guys. Mark Ingram's been running that ball hard. Hollywood Brown gonna come out. He's gonna come out of his slump. We got tight ends that like to get dirty. Mark Andrews, my boy Hayden Hurst. So we're gonna be all right. We're coming for you. Oh yeah. New England at Washington. This announced today. It's chaos in the NFL, man. Like, I don't understand this at all. Why is Colt McCoy going to be the starter against the Patriots? Colt McCoy, who we haven't seen much of in the NFL. We haven't really seen success from him since he was at UT before they played Alabama. That was about 10 years ago now that all happened. When UT played Bama and Colt got injured on the first drive, and then the rest is history. Because Texas was looking to punch him in the mouth, right? That could have been one of the teams that could have, because that was when Alabama hadn't lost in the national championship yet. Now they've lost a few times. That was back. That might have been the last of the bowl championship series, or towards the end of it. So now we're gonna get Colt McCoy versus the Patriots, which all Bill Belichick does week in and week out is scheme how to exploit your team on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, and how to beat you. I think the Patriots going to hang 57 on them, maybe 63. I think we still might have the most points scored in the game, but it was against the Dolphins, and that's no knock on the Dolphins. They're obviously rebuilding. They might be tanking. We don't know. We can't prove anything. But I think this New England team is going to go to Washington and look to hang a lot of points up there. I think Josh Gordon might have a nice game, but you don't know, because the Patriots might call, I don't know what Washington's weak spot is. I've only seen a little bit of that game. Their defense is supposed to be good. They got a pretty solid defensive line when Allen's in the game. They got Kerrigan. You know what I mean? So, but I'm obviously giving the nod to New England. It don't matter what the score is. I don't think this will be a lull game because I don't think the Patriots do lull games, and I don't think Colt McCoy is going to do it. But Dwayne Haskins, hang in there, man. I don't know why Washington drafted you. I think the front office wanted you. If the coach don't want you, because a coach like that is not someone I want to play for. I'm supposed to be the franchise quarterback. You put me in the game and then you sit me down again for this Colt McCoy guy. Like, come on, man. What has Colt McCoy done in the NFL? Nothing. So maybe it's so that Haskins don't get his psyche knocked around anymore, but you're still messing with his psyche. You gotta let people take their licks, man. Guys like Troy Aikman started their rookie season and got beat up and then go off and win 3 Super Bowls. So come on, man. Next up, Jacksonville at Carolina. That Gardner Minshew, man. That Gardner Minshew is one heck of a player, ain't he? Minshew Mania is running wild in Duval. So, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think the Panthers going to keep pounding. I think even without Cam Newton, they're going to find a way to win this game. They're going to run. They're going to go through my boy C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey. Shout out all my Panther fans back in the NC. I think they're going to win. And the way Jalen Ramsey is being the baby also and wanting to be traded because whatever reason, maybe he just doesn't like it in Jacksonville. Maybe he doesn't agree with the coaching, the schemes. I don't know. I'm so tired of these NFL players that whine and complain and bitch. Like, just play football, man. You're being paid millions of dollars to do something that most American men, and I don't know about now, but for my generation and the generations before, would have loved to do at the expense of their own health. So I think if he's healthy, he plays, but I guess he's got back issues. He was away from the team because his newborn was born, but it made it more dramatic than it had to be because it's just been like family issues, baby being born. Because people have done that before, but then they show up on Sunday and they play the damn game. Carolina going to win this one. Jacksonville, Minshew Mania is popping, but I think Carolina going to find a way to win. It's going to be a close game, though. And I do like Gardner Minshew. Shout out to him. Maybe we'll say Nick who. Next down, we got Hotlanta versus Houston. And they ain't hot in Hotlanta. And Matty Ice is damn near Matty burnt out. Like, his ice is melting fast. They still got a great receiver in Julio Jones. I haven't heard the name Calvin Ridley, seen anything from Calvin Ridley. I don't even know who Calvin Ridley is anymore. Houston's struggling also. Lost to the Panthers last week. D-Hop is letting me down in fantasy football. Like, my man is getting like 6 points a game. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Watson can't find him. He's a transcendent player. He's a great player. Is a lifetime receiver. I think he'll be a Hall of Famer for sure. This is a battle between two teams that have a lot of talent but can't put a full game together. I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to... Actually, I would go off the ball. I think Atlanta will win. Actually, no. Yeah. I'm gonna say Atlanta just to be different because I feel like Houston's gonna win because it's in Houston, and Deshaun Watson gonna start playing like he was playing as a rookie. Things will be different. So that's the end of the first slot of the game. That's all the morning or early afternoon games. Now we're moving into the 3:05 our time here. I think it's about 2:00 in the East Coast, and then on the West Coast it's like 1:00 because the games on the West Coast start about 11, 12. They start pretty early. Shout out my West Coasters and my Southwesters because you can't consider Phoenix part of the West Coast. Anyway, we got an AFC West matchup: the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Broncos going into LA. Broncos, I don't think they've won a game yet, and I don't think they'll win this game here either. Now, the Chargers have a tendency to fall off, but they kind of in a lull too. I'm not looking at records. I'm literally looking at the schedule. And these tickets for a lot of these games are cheap, man. Like, I could have went and watched Baltimore for $88. Damn. I'm just looking at these ticket prices. $33 for the Atlanta Tech. Damn. Anyway, excuse my language. Los Angeles will win this game. The Chargers will win this game. Phillip Rivers is timeless in age. He doesn't have a ring, but he's kind of like, I don't want to call him Dan Marino because Dan Marino is a once-in-a-lifetime player, but he would be similar to like that if you was comparing people that were great in their time, but didn't get the W, the big W, the world championship in the NFL. So I think Phillip Rivers will win this game. Melvin Gordon is going to be back. I don't think he'll do too much, but he might go off. I don't really know because he's playing to try to get that big money contract. So it's not like he got paid yet. So you got to run hard. He may start, he may not start, but he is going to play. And then right here live, well, not here in this city, in Frisco, but I am in the home of the Cowboys practice facility, Jerry's World Part 2, the Star in Frisco, the Forest Center, the whole nine. I work over there. Everything's Cowboys over here. It's Cowboys everywhere. And they fans are so extra, man. Like, I don't, as a Ravens fan, like, I'm humble, you know. When we smack you in the mouth, I'll tell you, but Cowboys fans are not humble, and they're everywhere. And that's been an adjustment, but it's cool. Green Bay's coming to town. Aaron Rodgers said something to the effect of, "We've had success there before," meaning we'll beat you in your stadium. I think the Cowboys have a sour taste in their mouth from last week against New Orleans, which should make them angry. Should be like some smelling salt, like wake up, you're not as good as you think you are. But I don't think they're gonna get it done this week either. I think Matt LaFleur is gonna come in there with a game plan, or Aaron Rodgers, or one of the two, and I think the Packers will win this game. I think it'll be closely contested, unless the Cowboys give the ball to the workhorse that is Ezekiel Elliott. Okay, I don't know if it's Ezekiel Jeremiah Elliott the third, but Ezekiel Elliott needs the ball, and he can't have 18 catches, 18 carries for 36. He's gonna have to have about 30 and get himself about 150 in a tug or two. And then they do got Gallup coming back, and they got another lineman on the defensive line. I think it's Lauren. I don't remember. But Robert Quinn been playing well since he came back. He had an outstanding game in that loss. So I think Green Bay gonna win, punch him in the mouth one more time, and then we'll see Dallas bounce back. That's just the way I feel. This is a tough stretch for them. They got Green Bay, and I want to say they got the Jets after that, and then they play Philly, and that right there is going to determine the NFC East. So, and I'm moving on down this line here. Oh wow, I went through these games fast, and then we got Indianapolis going to see possible two-time MVP Patrick Mahomes. In the words of Shannon Sharp, Patrick, my homeboy. And my homeboy gonna keep doing what he doing. My homeboy gonna get himself another W. Jacoby Brissett doing pretty well out there in Indy. He stepped in at a time where he thought he was gonna be holding the clipboard and calling in the plays or whatever as the backup, but he's doing his thing. He got a nice little contract for it. But this ain't gonna stop my homeboy from doing his thing. Okay, my homeboy may not have found the end zone on a deep pass last week, but we're gonna see ourselves one hell of a game. I expect T.Y. Hilton to show up. I expect Marlon Mack to show up, but I expect my homeboy in the dirtiest tight end in the game, my dude TK Travis Kelce, to ball out. Need a big game from him. He's on my fantasy roster, so I think the Chiefs will win this one. I think they'll win this one. I don't think they like losing or playing close and winning, so I think they're coming out and they out for blood this week. So, yeah, let's get it. All right. And then Monday night, we get another dose of Baker Mayfield in prime time. So that's twice in like 3 weeks they've been on Monday Night Football, right? Yeah. So we got Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns and OBJ and Juice Landry, who's in concussion protocol, so he might not play. Going out there to the Bay. Going out there to the land, the milk and honey. Going out there to the original rainbow country, if you will. No slight to the rainbow people, but that is one of the places it started. Now it's stretched to Atlanta and some other places. But that don't matter. Okay? They going to San Francisco. They going to see Jimmy G. Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy that Belichick was high on. He didn't want to let him go. But, he's now in San Fran. He's winning games. And I think he's going to win this one, too. And I think we're going to see. Now, I give Cleveland they props. I don't like them, obviously, because they're in our division. I don't like the fact that we lost to them at home. Okay. I don't like the fact that Nick Chubb ran up and down the field on us. I don't like the fact that Baker Mayfield said something like, "Oh, it's cool. We'll remember who y'all are." Keep that same energy, because a lot of people was talking trash about the Browns in them first 3 weeks. Well, they're going to be talking trash, or 4 weeks. They're going to be talking trash after Monday night, too. Okay? And this is not a biased thing. I'm just letting you know They're going to face a good team. They're going to get exploited again. And hopefully that team will find a way to beat them. Okay, I can't wait. So that wraps up all my picks for the week. I mean, I don't even know who watches my channel. I don't really care. This is something that I've wanted to do. When I was a young boy, I envisioned myself on ESPN. I went to school for journalism, didn't work out. Not saying it can't happen now, especially in today's society where school isn't as important, but it's still a big deal. Like you want to go, you want to get your education. I encourage everyone to go out and get their education if you can. If you got the means and the money, do it, man. Definitely. But I'm having fun doing these things. I'm going to keep doing them. You're going to keep seeing them. I'm going to keep making these videos, posting them all over the place. We're going to get this thing pumping and rolling. Obviously, shout out to the Bros Before Elbows for giving me the nudge to do it. Shout out to Anthony for the computer, man. It's been a blessing. I'm looking forward to continuing to see where this goes. This is Theron's Closet. Check back. I'll probably come back and do another one here early next week or, by the end of the weekend. Oh, before I forget, since we're talking about sports and how wrestling is now being roped in with sports, WWE is now gets its features on ESPN. And now Fox has gotten in on the action. We know Fox is a big sports supporter, big supporter of the NFL. They host all the NFC games week in and week out. Well, now Friday Night SmackDown. First episode tonight, Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston for the World Heavyweight Championship. We got appearances from Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold supposed to be there, and then a bevy of other superstars, man. So get excited. They're doing a kickoff show for this. That's how big of a deal it is. And I believe Fox is going to put on Fox Sports 1 a separate like weekly show or something, daily maybe. So wrestling's taking the world by storm again, and it's awesome. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not going to say much else because I obviously do a weekly podcast or bi-weekly or so with the Bros Before Elbows, so I don't want to do too much more. Shout out to the WWE. Shout out to AEW. Dynamite was on Wednesday. It was a great show. They had some great matches on there. NXT was on Wednesday. They had some good stuff. Finn Balor back in NXT. Tommaso Ciampa comes back at the very end of the show to close it out with a stare down with Adam Cole. Big things happening, man. Looking excited. Love what's going on. Big ups. Best of luck to all the teams in week 5. It is football. It is my favorite time of year. Obviously, I want my Ravens to win above all. But best of luck to everyone. Let's have a healthy week. And we'll see you next week, guys. Peace and blessings.